They never warn you about this moment, the moment when the noise disappears and you're left alone with yourself. No messages, no voices, no applause, just silence. And here's the lie you were taught, that this silence means you failed, that being alone is proof you weren't chosen, that isolation is something to escape as fast as possible. But what if that belief is the trap? Psychology tells us most people fear loneliness not because it hurts, but because it reveals. When the distractions fade, the mask slips, and most people cannot stand what they might see. Here's the uncomfortable truth: alone time doesn't weaken you, it exposes who you really are. That's why people run from it. Machiavelli noticed this centuries ago. While others chased crowds, alliances, and constant validation, the most dangerous figures withdrew. Not forever, just long enough. Because isolation does something strange to the mind. At first, it hurts, then it sharpens. You start noticing patterns. Who used you? Who only respected you when you were useful? Who disappeared the moment you stopped giving? And that awareness, it's irreversible. This is where psychology and power intersect. When you are alone, your brain stops performing, it stops seeking approval, it stops bending, and slowly, it recalibrates. That's why solitude feels heavy at first. Your nervous system is detoxing from dependence. Most people never make it past this stage. They refill the silence with noise, scrolling, talking, escaping, but a few stay, and those few discover something unsettling. Loneliness creates leverage. When you don't need constant connection, you become unpredictable. When you're comfortable alone, you stop begging for inclusion, and psychologically, that flips every power dynamic around you. Machiavelli understood this deeply. He watched rulers lose control not because they were weak, but because they were surrounded. Too many voices, too many opinions, too many emotional debts. Isolation, when chosen, becomes strategy, because the person who can walk away already holds the upper hand. But here's the twist most people miss: isolation alone is not powered. In fact, if you isolate for the wrong reason, it destroys you. It turns into bitterness, paranoia, resentment. And this is where psychology draws a brutal line. There is a difference between being alone and being intentional. One sharpens perception, the other corrodes it. Machiavelli warned that solitude without purpose creates weakness disguised as depth. A person who hides instead of prepares becomes invisible and irrelevant. So the real question isn't whether loneliness is good or bad. The real question is, what are you doing with it? Because right now, your isolation is either forging you or quietly erasing you. And in the next part, I'll reveal the single psychological shift that determines which one happens, and why most people get it wrong without ever realizing it.